Yo and hello, I am Vinny Potestivo. You are listening to I Have a Podcast, and on this episode, we are joined by Ja Rule, a rapper who got his start in the music industry in the late 90s, just like me, except you know him for his hits like Holla Holla, Living It Up, and Always on Time, a master collaborator, and that's what the theme of this episode is all about, the power of collaborations. We get right into the number one reason Ja Rule turned to collaborations at a point in his career where he was looking to get to the next level. He shares the secret to writing hooks, finding talent to collaborate with, steps we can take to be more mindful collaborators, and he lets us in on an acronym that he lives by, that he stands by, that he is inspired by, and it's the word team. And speaking of team, shout out to Natasha Graziano for joining in on the tail end of this episode. And for those of you who are ready for the ultimate lesson in collaborating, I present to you, I Have a Podcast with Ja Rule. I talk about getting to work with artists like you in the late 90s because MTV was the place to go live. We were the gatekeepers to the live audience. Yeah. I got to work with people who were figuring out what the creator economy should be 25 years ago. It's crazy.
It was the best time.
So at a time where everyone's trying to stand out, trying to look out for themselves and shine, I feel like you did a great job at collaborating. Instead of turning internal to find your own core strength, maybe you did that in...
You know, my whole thing about collaboration at the time, I was becoming such a big artist. And here's how my collaborations with the females started. Yeah. I didn't like the way my voice sounded coming over the airway. When I heard Holla Holla over the airwaves, it sounded scary almost. Like my voice was so big and so aggressive, it almost came across to me as scary. And so I said, okay, if I kind of fuse it with a beautiful singing voice, then you get the perfect yin and yang. And so I did a few records like that, and it was everything that I asked for and more.
It fell into place.
It felt good.
Yeah.
You know, and the music had a different feeling to me. And so I set out, and started doing a lot of collaborative efforts with singers, people that could be my yin.
Yeah, that's cool. At a point where a lot of artists were sampling, you chose to create original. You sampled as well, but chose to create original, content. What do you look for? What were you, so you make this decision. Well, you come out of the shower. That's it. I'm looking for a new co-voice on my next track. What's the list look like?
It's all a feeling. When music's a feeling. Like that's what people don't realize. It's the only art form that you don't touch. I can touch this painting. I can touch this sculpture. Music touches you. You hear those records sometimes where an artist, they may hit a note and your hair stands up on your arm. Like, you can't fight that. Those are natural emotions. So music touches you. So it's all about the emotions, all about the feeling, what you feel when you're in the studio. And sometimes things don't feel good to me when I hear it. It just doesn't feel good. And I just like to go off of that. I know if it feels good to me emotionally, it'll feel that way to others.
So
naturally.
Do you do auditions on? Do you do a trial then? How do you?
No, I hear music, I hear voices in my head. So I usually write, I write all the hooks and all the stuff that I do. I write everything that I do. So even when you hear the singer's voice, I heard it before they heard it.
Right.
I wrote it for them. I heard their voice on it. I wanted this particular singer. Oh God, I hear that kind of, I need a soprano, I need an alto, I hear those things and then I go out to get that. For me, voices over the record, we're just, other instruments, we're extra instruments over the beat. So I try to use my voice as that.
Yeah, it's funny to think, how do you sound singing with another artist, but you just get to sing your voice over their song, and that's in the room. It's
what's crazy? All the songs that I've ever written, I have them referenced. Like I'm Real, I have it referenced, and Rainy Days from Mary J. Blige, I got a reference with me singing them, which is very unique sounding.
So what, in this current creator economy, what are some hard lessons you learned? Maybe contracts, legality, just how to vibe sustainably with an artist or a collaborator? What are some of the things that we should be looking out for as creators to be more mindful collaborators?
I like the concept of team.
Yeah.
I got a cool acronym for team.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Natasha, Graziano. Yeah, come in here too, by the way. Here, I'll scoot over. Come on in.
We were just talking about acronyms, so this isn't on camera, right? It's just audio.
It's on camera.
Oh, it's everything.
Yeah.
Amazing. Peace, people. So yeah, it's fear is false evidence appearing real. But what's team?
So team is together, everyone achieves more.
Oh my gosh.
Team. Yeah. And I'm a big advocate for team.
It's amazing.
You know, and it goes back to my Swords with Your Strength book. You know, you need a very strong core team to make things successful.
Yeah, I think that's the key to sustainability, because you're going to get hit with a lot.
Absolutely.
Technology is going to change, companies are going to change, people are going to change. But if you're a team,
I'd rather 5 smart minds in the room than one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
We're going to figure this shit out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think I agree, right?
Yeah, 100%.
And when you find each other, when you find that person who you find, you stick.
You stick, and that's it. You know, like, okay, I've got my people, and this is who I can
that's why I love collaborative efforts.
Cool. Awesome. Well, thank you very much for the insight on that. I look forward to everything that you continue to collaborate on. Thank you for letting me collaborate here. This is the ultimate lesson in collaborating and networking.
You're both my peoples. I love it.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Team.
Yes,
Woo,
team.
Together, everyone achieves more.
Yeah. Woo! So good.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. You've been listening to I Have a Podcast with me, Vinny Potestivo. If you like what you've heard, please let this be the episode that gets you to leave us a solid 5-star review. Or you can subscribe and share us with someone you think could benefit from hearing the conversations we've had here at I Have a Podcast. You know, the ones that help you build a sustainable approach to creativity and helps you scale your personal brand. 5-star reviews, subscribe, share, whatever you do, take inspired action, and we'll see you at ihaveapodcast.com.